Hey guys, welcome to my review for my training plan. Roll intro. Over the past 121 days, which is just absolutely insane, I've been training. The training has been for the 800 meters, although I will probably compete in the 1600 as well as the 3200. This training plan was made in collaboration with my coach, and I just want to talk about what it was like experiencing this plan, as well as really going through it for the first time. So, this was obviously my first time with a training plan, especially one this structured. And I would definitely say it really improved my skill, and having the plan to follow definitely added some routine to it, which was really helpful. I really enjoyed it, and I sort of learned what it's like to start and stick to this program, and it brought a lot. So the plan was separated into 3 phases, 1, 2, and 3, and each phase sort of had a different goal. Phase 1 was a lot of threshold work, as well as upping mileage to a high but reasonable amount. Phase 2 took that, and it started to include more race-specific work, as well as shortening repeats for intervals. And then phase 3 continued with those shorter intervals, but functioned sort of as a taper, lowering load a little bit to be ready for the season. Phase 1 was 8 weeks, phase 2 was 6 weeks, and then phase 3 was 4 weeks. I would say my favorite phase was definitely phase 2. I feel like that's when really the biggest shift happened in terms of my ability and skill going into this season. Now, going down to the weekly schedule, the week was divided up into 3 sessions and 3 easy runs and 1 off day. The 3 sessions were a short intervals, a long intervals, and a threshold. The short intervals This plan was also primarily a heart rate first based program where the intervals were targeting VO2 max, while the thresholds were targeting thresholds, and the long runs and easy runs were targeting mid to low zone 2. I got really good at figuring out how to use different paces and inclines. Finally, nailing down my threshold. For example, obviously the threshold repeats were done at threshold, and knowing the pace allowed me to actually successfully hit the threshold heart rates. The vast majority of this program was also done indoors on treadmill. Learning how to make use of the treadmill incline was key for a lot of the workouts. And every week, consistently, the biggest workout was the race pace workout, which was placed on Thursdays. Specifically, the broken 800s were brutal. I was also doing 8-mile long runs for really the first time ever, and it definitely made a difference, but I wouldn't say increasing the mileage was too important for my skill increase over the training block. Measurable metrics are my threshold pace as well as my easy pace. My easy pace started at roughly 8:30 miles, and has now come down to 7:30 miles, which is just insane. Doing 7:30 easy pace just blows my mind. And more interestingly, my threshold pace has come down from 7 minutes to about 6:10, 6:20. I also want to talk about strength. I found what really exasperates this is my easy runs and slow, and because it really exaggerates my overpronation. So I've started to incorporate some stability shoes. I've also been doing a lot of strength training, mostly following a PT routine, about 50% bands and 50% gym equipment or machines. I had to experiment a lot with frequency of the strength training, and I found that the most optimal weekly amount was 2 times a week. That was actually worked on with a trainer who I'm friends with. I was like, I'm having all these problems. I really want to run. I just keep running into these issues. And he goes, how often are you doing your strength training? And I go, 4 times a week right now. And he goes, lower it down to 2, and it'll change the load on your body. And it did, and it worked so well. And before I talk about plans for the season, I want to thank everyone. We are finally at over 100 subscribers on the channel. I know I've really been putting off doing the 100 sub special. I'm just going to incorporate it here because I think this is really what a lot of people viewing this channel have come from. At this moment of recording, I have 111 subscribers, which all you guys are necessary for me to be here right now, and I wouldn't be yapping without your support, so thank you so much. I also want to give a shout out to my most loyal viewers, my friends Simon, as well as my goal for this season is hitting a 210 800 meters. I think it's achievable. Obviously, we have our first meet coming up, and we will see how well I do. This cross-country season, the fastest times I got last season were my slowest times this season, and I was in pretty awful shape for the cross-country season. So hopefully we have similar patterns with track. And I believe with this training, there is going to be definitely a drop in a PR by at least 5 seconds, hitting 220. Potentially, I would like to go sub 210. That would be the ultimate goal for this season. Potentially, I would like to go sub 210. That would be the ultimate goal for this season. Obviously, going faster, I wouldn't complain. But in terms of setting realistic expectations, I believe sub 210 is what we are gunning for this season. Now, going into track season, we are hopefully going to be moving quick. There's going to be about 1 meet every week. But that's going to be it. I will see you all next video. Speaking of next video, I have a fully edited video. If you've been following the Quantum Computer series, I finally have the final part. So go check that out if it's posted. And if it's not, check out some other videos on my channel. That's it. I'll see y'all next time.